Alright guys, I found a pretty annoying bug in the game. Basically I made a new character and I set out with a few very specific builds in mind that involved double buffing your weapons. And to do that basically I would need the Defender Greatsword, since this character was kind of a faith build. And there's a bit of a problem. So as you can see, I have Sunlight Blade equipped, and the way I had in mind of double buffing these weapons was basically cast Sunlight Blade on my left hand weapon and then switch to the two hand weapon and then just use the buff off that. However, something very strange happens when you try to do this, and it happens with both the Defender Greatsword as well as the Watcher Greatsword. Now what happens is, so okay, you cast Sunlight Blade, that's all fine, no problem so far, but when you two-hand that and try to do the special, nothing happens and the durability goes down. And it seems like when you cast Sunlight Blade, you cannot buff this weapon for like at least a minute into the duration, which is very strange. I don't know if there's some weird glitch with the timers, but it should not affect it at all, because there's already people running around with double buff builds using catalyst weapons, so I don't see why this should be affected. So we're still waiting for it to buff itself, and yet it still uses the durability. It's quite stupid. Hopefully it's just a glitch and it gets fixed. Should work eventually. Yep, there we go. Now it works. Now that's not exactly viable for PvP, where you gotta wait a whole minute to be able to double buff your weapons and lose how much durability on your weapon, waiting for it to come back up. And when you do finally manage to double buff your weapons, they will run out very fast, since the Sunlight Blade buff probably have like between 30 to 60 seconds left on the timer, and the Watcher, not the Watcher, sorry, well, both Watcher and Defender buffs only last about, what, 60 seconds? So you're not going to get much time out of it. Like, see, there's that buff gone, and this buff should follow suit very soon. Yep, there it is, that's gone as well. So it's a bit silly. I mean, there's so many like double buff builds going on in the game right now, it's pretty much, you know, become a thing. For this not to work because it's something so stupid is just a little bit But yeah, the exact same thing happens when you try to do it with the Watcher Greatsword as well. So let's rest at the bonfire. So again, we cast Sunlight Blade on the left weapon, switch to the right, go two-handed, nothing at all. You're gonna have to wait like, I don't know, 60 seconds before it'll even happen. It's quite stupid, and yet it still makes you lose durability. Oh yeah, another thing, and yet if you rest at the bonfire and then come out of it, it still doesn't work. So it's got nothing to do with, I don't know. I thought maybe it'd reset the timers or something, but it still doesn't do anything. You've got to wait like 60 seconds after casting your buff on your left hand weapon before this even thinks about buffing. There we go. That's about 60 seconds. I don't know, man. It's a pretty annoying build. Sorry, it's a pretty annoying bug, because I set out making this character. I mean, the Lucatiel cosplay thing is just for fun. That wasn't going to be my final armor set for this build I had in mind. But this build I had in mind definitely had a double lightning weapon thing in mind, and it doesn't work, which is very, very annoying. Hopefully someone at Namco From sees this, and hopefully they fix it, because it does just seem very strange that they would share the same timer. I mean, it's not even, you know, just Sunlight Blade and these buffs. Like, any other buff, you can use Resonant Weapon instead of Sunlight Blade instead, or you can use Crystal Magic Weapon, and the same thing will still happen. So yeah, hopefully they'll fix it. Hopefully nobody else, you know, has this idea in mind like I did of trying this way to do double buff weapons and waste time in doing so. And soul vessels. I wasted so many soul vessels with this build trying to get it to work, and alas, it's not going to happen. At least not until hopefully it gets patched in or something. So yeah, there you go. Found a very annoying bug, which is a shame, because it would have been really cool to dual wield / power stance the Watcher Greatsword in the right hand. Not the Watcher, sorry, the Defender Greatsword in the right hand. So don't forget, the Defender Greatsword when imbued and maxed out, it's got S in Faith scaling. That's pretty nuts. And I was gonna have the Thorn Greatsword on the left hand as well, just for those awesome L2s. It's like, yeah. This build would have been a lot of fun, but alas. Not to be, I guess. But yeah, there you go. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, feel free to like or even subscribe to the channel. And don't be afraid to click any one of my affiliate links in the description box at the bottom. Thank you. Goodbye.